Hi guys, it's Punchy. Today I'm going to show you one of my favorite builds so far, and I think it's pretty fun. Finally, I was able to try lightning and the new rapier, and I was able to get a good enchant as well. Before we start, I gotta thank you guys for checking out my video on fishing and its various problems. I was very excited for this mechanic, but we'll have to wait until they change the loot. We're almost at 15,000 subscribers, so if you guys enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Check out the stats. As of now, this build is power 54 with a bit of a strange layout for stats. Don't worry though, I'll explain why I chose what I did. I have 1 strength, 25 fortitude, 35 agility, 9 intelligence, 2 willpower, 25 charisma, and finally 100 in both light weapons and thundercall. The rest of my stats will go into intelligence, but it's not really that necessary for my playstyle. This build is based around using my rapier paired with a side pistol. Lightning moves are just a bonus to combo extend and mix up the opponent. When breaking down this build further, I'd call this an endgame build because it does have an enchanted rapier, but right now I actually don't have a bell. Pretty rare stuff if you ask me, but I'm sure my enchant will help me get my bell. Starting off this build, I'm playing a good race, which is the Vesperian, but if you want to remake this build, feel free to do whatever you think looks sweet. Beetles are neat, but I hate the fact that the face accessories don't show or clip weirdly. Anyway, if you are going for an optimal build, I think this is the best race because they do have bonus damage reduction. When I was leveling up, I wanted to max out Thundercall first in hopes of getting a lightning cloak. I was told that 100 Thundercall is around the range where people start getting the cloak, so that's what I went for. I could have made the entire process much easier if I didn't sell at the trial of 1, but we're not going to talk about that. To unlock lightning cloak, you want to pick all the options for lightning mantras in order to reduce your pool of choices, and you obviously have to be lucky. What I was told to do by some viewers was to pick lightning assault ASAP and recall it so the opportunity of lightning mobility was still there. This actually works as they said it did, so if you want to try it out for yourself, you could get lightning cloak. The mantras I picked made this build pretty crazy, but I didn't really know what was great. Just because I've never tried lightning before, I picked Oathless just so I could have some bonus moves. The first move I'm using is Lightning Blade, or what I've named Anero Blade. Anero is the guy from One Piece that uses lightning and does that funny face you've probably seen on the internet. This move is super easy to use after a flourish, and it surprisingly goes around people's blocks sometimes. I put a magnet spark on this one so the final slash would teleport me to the enemy. Also, I decided to skip Stormcaller Slash because I think it sucks. Pretty much does lightning strike on the final hit, and it stuns and end lags you if you miss, so no good. Insignia gem on this. The second move is honestly a must pick on any lightning build, and it's Grand Javelin. Whether you're flourishing into this move or chucking it randomly, it's super good when it hits. Using it to apply pressure on blocking players or in combos, its use is unrivaled. Ragdoll it applies is great, and that damage is nothing to laugh at. Bloodless gem on this just so it heals a lot. Stormblades are the new lightning mantra that was added recently, and it's pretty cool. Just like Gilgamesh, drop some swords on the area you're aiming at and apply the electrified effect inside. Decent damage, and the stun allows for M1 combos. I put a bless gem on this just to use psychology to convince myself to use it more. Thunder kick is surprisingly good and allows for nice pressure. The windup on this move is minimal and it leads to nice combos. I have a modifying card that allows me to press F after Thunder Kick is used for another kick of less power. This move is pretty easy to hit, just M1 feint into it and it hits pretty consistently. Wayward gem on this just to confuse people once hit. The annoying ass taser whip is also something I'm using and it's pretty annoying. This move straight up auto aims at people and grabs them from wherever they are, and if you do grab them, you force them to parry whatever you're going to do next. It's not always the best option, but it's very good for removing your posture if you want to force a parry. Again, it's not always that good, but it's pretty fun to use. The final move I'm using for Thunder is the Lightning Cloak. On activation, you move super duper fast and you can cover yourself in lightning, so it looks pretty drippy in my opinion. Whenever you dodge, it makes you move super quick, and with a bonus speed, trigger all your talents that require speed. I see many people pop this right off the bat in the arena, but I like to fight normally so your enemy thinks they figured you out, but when you use Lightning Cloak and change up your entire playstyle, then they have no idea what to do. This move is super rare and you're not always going to get it, but I was very lucky that I did. Again, I have a ton of mantras, but I don't think lacking intelligence is making my build bad. I can always eat frigid prisms or pop my Lightning Cloak when low to escape sticky situations. Let's see what talents I had that made this build shine. One new talent that's rare is Knife's Journey. It says you have 10% chance to do 1.5 times damage with light weapons. Since my rapier swings pretty fast, I think this is activating a lot for me. This is one of the only talents that straight up buffs damage, so like why would you ever skip this ever? Something great on any build that has to do with agility is risky moves. Right after I dodge something, it will automatically dodge the next attack. This paired with Swift Rebound is very good because whenever you dodge, you get a speed bonus. Every single talent that rewards you for playing well is worth picking up in my opinion. One wombo combo of talents I pulled off was having Thresher Claws and using Prophet's Cloak Armor to give me the talent Crippling Damage. Claws give 10% armor penetration on every single attack, and Crippling Damage does 25% armor penetration on everything that's not an M1. So that means whenever I'm doing something that's not an M1, I'm doing 35% armor penetration. I think it's pretty good. Final talent I got that I think is cool is Ghost. Whenever I dodge, it makes me invisible. While I'm invisible, people can't see what I'm doing and it's hard to expect what's coming next. It's definitely more of a gimmick than actually something good, but I think it's pretty nice to have. If you guys want to slow it down, I'll show off all my talents right here. Onto my equipment. The basic armor I'm using is Prophet's Cloak. The reason for this is just to have increased ether regeneration because I'm lacking in intelligence. Even without any reservoir, my regen helps me enough to throw out a move. The cosmetics I'm using aren't anything special stat wise, but it does match my weapon, which is the only real goal. Pink kind of goes hard with the rapier, and I think it's the only time I'm actually going to use pink. My weapon of course is an apprentice rapier, the only one in the game, and it has Vampirism enchant. This is a starred item, so I get bonus damage as well. The Vampanthem enchant is one of my favorite looking enchants, and the effect is very strong. When playing in PvE, swinging a couple times on something will give your health back in chunks. It's hard for me to die to monsters, and even harder for me to think of excuses when I do die to them. In PvP, you won't heal this much, it's a lot lower. But healing when you hit somebody, no matter the amount, makes a difference in this game, so I'm happy this enchant didn't screw up how I played in a major way. The side strap I'm using is the Dragoon with bonus damage. This makes up for any damage I'm lacking with the rapier because it literally does double damage. It's good just to throw out a shot whenever you want to, and it can combo pretty nice. Well, that's all there is to this build right now, so check out some arena fights just to see it in action. Thanks for watching guys, and if you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe for more builds and guides.